Hello, ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? It's Krunker Ranked, FortySevens back again with yet another video, and today we're going to be going over 5 tips so that you can improve on Krunker. We're going to get straight into this, but just before we get into the video, I just want to say, if you guys like this video, make sure to drop a like, make sure to subscribe, turn on those notifications so you never miss a FortySevens video again. Make sure to use code 47 if you're planning on buying some KOR, and with that, we're going to get straight into how you can improve in Krunker, and these are my top tips for new people starting out in the game. Now, hopefully these tips will help some more advanced players and some brand new beginner players. But anyway, let's get straight into the video, my dudes. So the first thing I want to talk about today is choosing the right class and settings for you. Now, I talked about this in my previous video. Make sure to check it out. I'm going to leave it in the top right hand corner and in the description. Make sure to check it out as I go really in depth about these two things and what you should do with them. However, I'm going to go into this shortly about it, but like I said, make sure to check the video to get my full opinion on this matter. However, I just want to say, make sure to experiment around what classes you want to use and setting, as a lot of players will start the game and you're automatically given the AK to start off with, or the AR, the trigger man, and a lot of people never stray from that. But definitely I recommend you going for some of the harder weapons like the revolver, which have a larger skill gap. However, they are just better in game if you can get the hold of them. So some people might play better with the revolver than they would with the trigger man, even though the trigger man has automatic fire and the revolver doesn't. Sometimes it just works out for certain types of players. The same thing goes for settings. Like I said, check the video in the top right hand corner. However, in this video I talk more about FOV and stuff like that, how that can really affect your gameplay, especially if you don't have the best aim in the world. Lowering your FOV can really help it. However, if you want to get better movement and stuff, upping your FOV will help that a lot. So make sure to look into your settings, pick the right class for you. If you are a better player in the game, I highly recommend going for, like I said, the revolver or maybe the sniper. And if you are a worser player at the game, or you're just after starting, I do recommend going for maybe the SMG or the trigger man. I wouldn't say the SMG previous, because the trigger man was always just better, but now with this new wall running in Krunker, the SMG is a really fun class to play with. So even if you just want to mix things up, make sure to go with the SMG. It looks like an awesome class. So with that, we're going to go into number 2. So the second thing I want to talk about is actually a very critical point, okay? This point should improve your game tremendously, okay? And that's all to do with spawns, okay? By learning off spawns in games, you can not only get better at the game by getting kills, but you can also get killed less. Now, getting killed less, I also want to talk about in positioning, which we'll get into later. But when it comes to spawns, make sure to play the game, learn off all them spawns. I'm going to leave some graphics on the screen right now, which were made by SlimeX a while ago. For some maps, it doesn't have every map there, but this will really help you with your spawns. Make sure to learn off them spawns, because if you can know where people spawn, it means that you can predict a lot of things in the game. Now, I'm going to get into predictions later on in this. It's going to be one of my later points, so make sure to keep watching the video to the end if you want to hear about that. These predictions should help you a lot. But when it comes to spawning, you want to make sure you know where people are spawning, so people don't come up behind you and shoot you. And you'll also be able to get some nice easy kills if you're in a certain area and you know there's a spawn there. So make sure to learn off them spawns. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is movement. Now, movement is actually a pretty basic thing in Krunker. I know a lot of you guys who only starting off Krunker might be thinking, 40, movement is so hard. I'm on low FPS. This is hard for me. However, with this new feature called slide control, well, I say new, it's been in the game about a month, but this new feature called slide control can really help your gameplay and your movement. So what you want to do when you start off Krunker, you're going to just want to go to your settings and you're going to want to scroll all the way down. Then when you hit the gameplay section, you see sensitivity, aim sensitivity, and then you come to slide control. You want to turn that all the way up to the top, and it says requires respawn, so just make sure to respawn, and then this setting will work for you. Slide control makes it so that if you're on very low FPS, it'll feel like you're on higher FPS when it comes to turning corners. Now, this won't make you fantastic at movement, you know, like Frosty Wolf levels on 1000 FPS. However, it will make you very good, and you'll probably be nearly as good as me if you get that slide control down. So I'm going to leave a big tutorial down in the description. Make sure to check it out if you're watching this video. If you want to go know more about movement in this game, like sliding and slide hopping, even wall running and stuff like that, I'm going to leave a tutorial down and below. You should definitely check it out. It should really help you with this. If you guys would like me to make a tutorial, a very in-depth about how to slide up on low FPS, make sure to let me know down in the comments. I'll be sure to make that video. But yes, make sure to check that out. out. Movement is everything in this game. Make sure to learn your movement, okay? It's pretty simple once you know how to do it. All it involves is the keys Shift, Space, and your W, A, S, and D keys. Very easy to use. All you need to do is jump, and when you're about to land, just press Shift. It is that simple. Very, very easy. Like I said, I'm going to leave a tutorial down in the description. Make sure to check it out. That'll help you really in depth on how to get good at the game. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is positioning. I want to go in depth about positioning and what you can use your positioning for in Krunker. Now, a lot of people who are playing Krunker, they don't really realize how important positioning is for the game. Now, you might be thinking, is this positioning only for, you know, where you should be in a map to get the most kills? And no, it is not. Positioning can be very helpful when it comes to everything, such as swapping out your weapon to maybe get that extra boost of speed from the knife, or even reloading your weapon. That's another thing I want to talk about, is reloading after this point. So positioning. There is certain areas of the map where you'll get more kills, however, you'll also be able to get killed a lot easier. If you're playing on Little Town, as an example, I'm going to bring back up my map view here. If you're in the center of Little Town, there is a lot of angles people can shoot you at. So it means that although you may be able to get a few more kills, you'll also be able to get killed a lot easier. So by going to either back of blue or red house in Little Town, you can get way more kills, and the ultimate spot in Little Town is actually the car at the back of the map. The reason for this is that you can peek both sides of red and blue house. It basically covers the entire map, excluding the spawn points, and there's only one spawn point behind you. So for Little Town, this is a very good place to be. It's the same in Berg. If you were on the ramp at Berg in the center of the map, it is a very bad place to be. However, if you were there and you can't get out of there, you can, if you stick close to the wall, you should be able to stop fire from one side. If you stay to the outside wall when you're coming through doors at Berg, I'm going to show a demonstration here on the screen. However, if you do this, it'll be way less likely for you to get hit, as it covers off some areas of fire. Positioning in this game is very good, and you should definitely learn it off. I won't be able to talk to you all about this positioning, as I want this video to be as short and quick and sweet as possible, so you guys can learn all this stuff yourself. Now, like I said, I'm going to talk about reloading now in Krunker. I know a lot of people actually who are pretty decent players who don't even reload their weapon when they need to. So if you're in an area where you know there's barely any spawn points, there's not a high level of traffic in this area, make sure to get that weapon reload in. Them extra 10 or maybe 15 bullets even could really help you out in maybe a 1v2, a 1v3 or something like that. Also, a little trick, in case you guys don't know, I know a lot of more advanced players will know this anyway. However, if you're in the middle of a reload, if you switch to the knife and back to the weapon quickly, it's a lot quicker than finishing the reload, and you can shoot that player a lot quicker. Now, like I said about the knife earlier, if you switch to the knife, it allows you to jump higher in the game and get a little bit more momentum. Now, I know a lot of really good high FPS players don't do this. However, I'm all about movement in this game, and I just think the game is much more fun when you're as fast as possible. So I focus more on movement than anything else. So say you're perfectly still and you want to start your slide off, take out your knife first. This will let you get an extra bit of jump, and you go a bit faster to start and then switch back to your weapon. However, like I said, you should only do this at the start of the time you're slide hopping and in low areas of fire. Do not do it in high areas of fire, or you will not have a weapon out to shoot them back. Now, the last thing I'm going to talk about today is aim predictions, okay? Aim predictions is something that nobody knows in Krunker, realistically. I know a lot of people know it. However, anybody that came up to that's very new at the game, or is only halfway through the game or something, has never heard of this before, okay? I've actually given this tip to a few people in public games, but people were asking, how is your aim so good? I'm not trying to ring my own horn here. People have asked me previous, I'm decent at the game, so they asked me in the middle of a game, Forty, how is your aim so good? And although I don't think it's amazing, it is definitely above the average aim in the game, and the reason for that is because of aim predictions. If you look at the way I play, especially with Hunter, it's more evident. If you look at the way I play, I'm going to leave some... I do not aim at the player, I aim in front of the player and don't shoot until the person moves into me. Now, if you are a pro player at the game, you're probably thinking, Forty, this is not going to help anybody. But in public games, this is actually a really good tactic. Now, obviously, looking straight at the player and shooting them there and then will be way better than what I do, as, you know, it's a lot quicker time to kill the person. However, if you're going to do this in pubs, it doesn't really make that much difference. By letting the person run into the shot, it lets you not have to move the mouse as much. Now, you see, I have little flicks and stuff in there, but that's simply just because I've been playing the game a long time. I know kind of how to get around this type of thing. But aim predictions are very, very good for new players playing the game for the first time and trying to get better at their aim. So by aiming in front of a player, you do not have to move your mouse. You just have to click the button when the person moves into that. Now, I don't mean wait until they move a meter away. I just mean aim just in front of where you think they're going and then shoot there. It'll help you out tremendous amounts. Believe me, I think that this is a very useful tip for you guys, and that's why I left it at the end of the video. So you guys who stuck around at the end of the video will be able to get this very juicy tip that'll hopefully help you out a lot. But anyway, I hope these tips helped you enough at the game so that you can just get better, because they genuinely help me. That's why I'm bringing them to you, and I know they help a lot of other people. A lot of other people use these things, especially more advanced players in the game. So if you guys did enjoy this video, like I said at the start of the video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and comment if you want more content like this, and I hope it helps you out. I hope you guys like these, you know, how to improve videos. I've been making them for a while now, and I hope you guys enjoy them. I like making videos like this, and I hope they help you guys. And like I said, make sure to use code 47 if you're going to buy some KR. I really appreciate it. It helps me out a tremendous amount. If you want to support me, using my code by buying KR genuinely helps me an amazing amount. So if you guys enjoyed the video, like I said, make sure to leave a like, and yes, good luck, dudes. Peace.